But Michael has also raised the second issue here about nominations of individuals in our community instead of just claiming it ourselves. Nominations of individuals in our local communities. That I think Michael focused at the county level here for assuming offices with some degree of colorable authority. Michael's using words there that don't appear to me to be traditional with the common law, but they have basic merit in just their obvious implications. Michael, would you care to jump in and re-summarize, help us focus on issue number 2 here?
Yeah, sure I would. Thank you. Yeah, the verbiage isn't rooted in any kind of common law, mainly because of the technology difference that we have. You know, for example, Intel Scout. You know, we have the internet now that we all can be scouting and finding intelligence. Some are better at it than others. Some are not so good. Others are better at just being general stewards of the land, air, and water. And government. So, you know, these positions of steward, intel scout, investigator, legal, aid, which is something that Paul Nally would fall under, and yourself as well, Charles, which, I nominated you a couple weeks ago to be our legal aid, our legal expert in this effort. So we need to start considering, officially nominating people to do these different jobs that need to be done. We have a team. We're building I don't know, some could call it a force, some could call it a team, an army. However you want to put it together, we need certain people to fulfill the various duties, and by nominating them, you lend merit and credibility to the act. Whereas if it were done by self-appointment, it's not the same. It clearly, implicates. So this is how the founders did it. As they began their effort pre-Revolutionary War, they nominated different ones to do different things, and that's what we need to do. We need to get busy about this effort, and I think we really need to start pondering, how we can get this ball rolling. And this is a good start. This is a good way to start. And I like Paul Nally's effort, and I think we could grow it state by state. The evidence, it was mentioned earlier, if we're going to be bringing forth any evidence, there are volumes and volumes of evidence that are being gathered by highly credible professionals, citizens. The list goes on and on and on. That is, a no-brainer there. We could simply point to these sources of evidence that need to be investigated. The cry throughout the land is loud and clear that there is something fishy that occurred on election night. And the results so quickly changed in 6 states in a matter of hours in a very parallel fashion, which in itself is highly suspicious. Not to mention the fact that he won both Florida and Ohio, which have long been deemed bellwether states. And for the victor, the alleged victor, Biden, to not have carried those is very odd and strange and suspicious and demands accountability, along with the volumes of evidence that has been reported by many, many people in many states. So I'll yield at that, and I hope that we can, start getting some traction here, and and start nominating different ones to take different positions. A county steward would be a very general, well-rounded position that almost any one of us could fulfill. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Charles. I yield.
Thank you, Michael. Comments, questions from anybody? I do have
Lewis
some
of
personal
Michigan here.
Lewis, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to